Hi guys, coming at you here today with a top 5 trinkets for Beastmaster Hunter in patch 9.1. Just as you're going to jump on in here, we have Titanic Ocular Gland at number 5. This drops at eye level 226, 239, and 252 from the Eye of the Jailer in Sanctum Domination Raid. This has the highest secondary stat stick in the game when above 50% health. However, you lose a major secondary stat loss when below 50% health. This makes this either one of the best or worst trinkets depending on how you can keep your health levels throughout the fight. Moving on to number 4, IQD, Inscrutable Quantum Device. This drops from the other side or your Great Vault. Eye level 246 from Valor if you get it from the other side through upgrades, or eye 252 from your Great Vault is the highest eye level that it will go. It's active, 3 question marks, does a lot. It has a huge secondary stat proc. It chooses between your 2 highest stats, and it can give you a lot of stats. It heals an ally if there's a low health ally near you. There's the possibility for it to give mana to a low mana ally. It can deal execute damage to a boss that's low health. It can spawn a taunt pet if you have aggro from a boss. It extends Bloodlust duration if you're in the last second of Bloodlust, or it can cleanse CC. With all these combinations, it's a very versatile trinket. However, purely for DPS standards, the secondary stat proc is what we want, and it's not guaranteed, which makes us a kind of wishy-washy trinket. Therefore, there are better trinkets. Moving on to number 3, Decanter of Endless Howling. This drops from Soul Rendered Dormazane in Sanctum Domination Raid at eye level 226, 239, or eye 252. It gives 101 crit instead of a primary stat. However, the passive is when you get a critical hit, you have a chance to get granted around 236 agility for 15 seconds, and if you are below 50% health, it will also heal you for around 4,000 health over 6 seconds. This is a very strong trinket, which will grant you a lot of agility if you can get it to proc consistently, and it will give you a lot of passive critical strike, which will help you get procs of the trinket. Therefore, this is one of our best trinkets, and a really, really strong one to use if you don't have one of the number 1 or number 2. Moving on to number 2, Overcharged Anima Battery. This drops from Spire of Ascension or your Great Vault. It can be upgraded through Valor to eye 246, or it can be dropped at eye 252 from your Great Vault. The active gives a huge haste buff and movement speed for 16 seconds, which lines up well with our cooldowns. This makes this one of the best on-use trinkets for our big burst periods, and definitely worth picking up if you can get your hands on it. Moving on to number 1, Relic of the Frozen Wastes. This drops at eye level 233, 246, or eye 259 from Kel'Thuzad in the Sanctum of Domination Raid. The passive is it applies frost damage on attacks just passively through your abilities and your attacks, which apply Frozen Heart to the target. The active can happen every 1 minute, and you can call a Nerubian to attack your target and enemies in the path to your target who have had the Frozen Heart effect from your passive frost damage applied to them. This trinket sims very well, just the passive damage overall, but also the 1 minute cooldown really adds up because this can be a lot of damage, and you can apply this to multiple targets at one time. Therefore, this is the best trinket that we can pick up in patch 9.1, the Sanctum of Domination. If you guys have different opinions or have a new favorite trinket, something else that I haven't listed here, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and peace out.